Want to take your org chart to the next level? Stay tuned to find out how we map responsibilities to our charts to create alignment in the organizations we work with.
And you'll definitely want to stick around to the end of this video, because we're going to show you one huge thing, seriously, giant thing that most organizations never do with their org charts. Hey everybody, welcome to the iProv vlog, where we help business leaders grow their business. I'm Jordan Smith. With me as always is Patrick Laughlin. Pat, how are you?
I'm great, Joe. How are you today?
Oh, we're wrapping up this small little mini series on some of the things that we talk about to clients whenever we talk about alignment. So I'm excited. Alignment, it's an important part of any organization, and making sure that everybody's clear about what their role is in helping achieve the vision is crucial to the success of any company. And one of the ways we always do this is not only with an org chart, but what we always talk about our responsibility roadmap.
Yeah, it's sort of a fancy org chart, which we'll talk a little bit more in a little bit, but no matter what size your organization is, sort of having that sort of detailed layout of how your organization is structured and layering on the responsibilities involved in those various parts of the structure, it's key to creating transparency within the company, and it's really it helps define clear roles and expectations, and that's hugely important. We talk about that all the time.
Absolutely. So very first step is identify roles and needs in the organization. Right?
Yeah. So, everybody's sort of familiar with an org chart, and it definitely defines, who sits where and kind of gives you an idea of what they do. Because everybody has to have a defined role in an organization, but if you have a really small organization, it's really important to fill it out and insert all of the roles. Sometimes you have more roles than you actually have team members too, sometimes you're going to have to put somebody's name in more than one box. It's just the way things go for small companies.
Yeah, and that's totally okay, right? This chart should help, when filled out properly, help you determine maybe what your next hire is, what name is in too many boxes, and what roles you could delegate or outsource, or just slide around. It's important here to build the chart with every individual role and responsibility that are currently in the organization, as well as what you'd like to have 5 years from now, right? For somebody that's watching this, you might be the solopreneur that's doing billing and doing sales and doing marketing and but build it like you have a CFO role with an accountant, with a biller underneath them. Create those roles now in the org chart, right?
Yeah, I don't know too many companies that don't have at least 4 or 5 really defined roles for somebody. And even if it's just one person doing 4 or 5 of those roles, and that's totally appropriate in some instances, there's at least that many. So the next sort of thing to make clarity happen is plugging in the responsibilities for those roles, right? Isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, most organizations that have a chart don't do this next step, but it's super important, right? And just not being super detailed, but a handful of bullets about the main roles that are underneath each title. Plugging in the responsibilities on this charts helps determine what the main role of each role should be. This will help build out more detailed job descriptions for each role too, as some of the main deliverables on this responsibility chart.
Yeah, and it's just so important because it makes sure that everyone is aligned with the main responsibilities of the role, and that sort of brings us to our next thing, which is you got to make sure this thing is public and that everybody understands where they sit on the org chart. Share it with the entire company. Make it as widely available as possible. Have one-on-ones and explain to people what their role is and what their responsibility are, because it creates transparency in the organization. And in a lot of ways, it allows people to see where they are in the organization and where they could go with a little bit of work and some growth, which is also really important.
Yeah, we also mentioned too, we always encourage our clients to review this quarterly and see how many names are in how many boxes. We do this for ourselves too, right? And that's when we know that we need to start looking for somebody or starting to move around roles, as if somebody's name is in a lot of boxes. So used properly, this can also be a tool to help avoid burnout with team members,
Yeah, absolutely. So, once you sort of have the roles and the responsibilities, and everyone knows what they're going to do, then it becomes really clear how to manage and run the company. And it's so critical, and most business owners never take the time to do it. But once they do, they wonder why they never had before, right?
Absolutely. So we've got a very special offer, and I want to share this with everybody that's watching this video. If you want an example that you can use for your company, we've got one. Reach out, comment on this video, let us know. As always, you can always visit iProvonline.com, where we have tons of resources about this topic and hundreds more, from business leadership to marketing, to having tough conversations with employees or even superiors. But the offer that I want to give you guys is we'll give this away to you for free. Just reach out and let us know. As always, I'm Jordan. Thanks, Pat. Peace, peeps. Until next time.